KJ on with us first. Talk to me, my friend. Talk to me.
Oh, I'm gutted, man. I'm gutted. People will say we're never in the title race and laugh. Cool, innit? But I wanted to be in it. And this was the moment. This and playing Arsenal were the moments to become into the title race. And I wanted that. What football fan wouldn't want that for your club? Why would we want to stay there in the same position and not want to win the league when we can win the league? So I'm upset. I'm gutted because that second half was atrocious. It was coming. The passing was poor. I believe those players went in halftime. They got the goal. I'm like, yeah, cool. We'll be fine now. We can just ride our luck, and we'll get a second goal late on, and we'll be fine. We need to stop doing this. I was stressed before the game. You can see my tweets. I was nervous because I knew something was coming tonight. We had a chance to go 10 in a row, first time since 2009. Palace on the worst run of form they've seen in this season. They were always going to be up for this fight. They could have got a draw against Chelsea. So I wanted the players to be switched on. I wanted the players to be focused. And that second half, they weren't. And brilliant free kick from Olise. We know the quality that he has. But we shouldn't be conceding free kicks in the 90th minute of a game. We should be keeping the ball. We shouldn't be trying to score a goal when we've got the goal that we need. You got about 5 minutes left. Keep the ball. Rashford, don't know what he was doing today. I love him, but he was poor today. He was so poor today. He got the pre-assist, whatever you want to call it, cool. But other than that, he was just doing what he was doing in poor form. Running at players when you need to run. Passing when you shouldn't be passing. It's just highly frustrating. And the pen, I don't care if it was or wasn't. It shouldn't matter. We should be winning that game regardless. I think McTominay is going down a bit easy there. I personally think he's looking for the pen, and so the pen not being given. Me personally, I've got no issues with it. It is what it is. We have to be better than that today, man. Just out of the title race before it starts, man. And when you got a chance to capitalize, you got to take it. And that's Man United of old that we just seen there. And I hope Ten Hag fixes it on a weekend, because getting something out of Arsenal game is going to be tough now.
Look, and I respect what you said then, mate. And I think that element of those gateway moments, as we call them on the terrace, stepping up to the plate, I can understand the frustration of us not being able to do that. I think as well, though, that there are times where we've been really good in this run of nine games up till now. We've played well in every single one of those games and deserve to win. You're not going to play well in every single game. Sometimes you scrape these results. And that's why, for me, this isn't like we've played bad. You know, on the Ollie, it was bad performance. We were scraping wins. And you might have a game like this where you threw it away at the last minute. I wouldn't really look at referees. It's just because we've been so good in so many other games. When you just need the referees to do their job right, because we're not maybe at our best, we needed that help from the officials today in terms of them giving us what we needed and what we deserved out of the game. But I do understand your point, that disappointment of kind of throwing away this big opportunity. And it makes Sunday even bigger now. Sunday's even bigger than it was already going to be.
Yo, Sunday for me now is a write-off, bro. In terms of just leave there with Sutton, because the chance to be in the title race is now done. We got to focus on top four. We got to focus on the Carabao Cup, League, the FA Cup and Europa League. As long as we get in top four, which I believe we can get, then it's calm in it. But I hate being so close to potentially doing something and we always fall away. This reminds me of 2 years ago when we got top of the league around this time as well. We go win important games and then we lose to Sheffield United. It's like, what is the point of doing what we're doing? So I'm enjoying what United are doing. I'm happy with Ten Hag. I'm happy with the players. But these are just one of those games where you just look at it and it's like, this is why we're not ready to win the league yet. And hopefully next year we can do that. But right now we need to keep building. And yeah, that Arsenal. Just leave there with Sutton on Sunday. And I'm taking that, you know what I'm saying?
KJ from around the way.
Fans, now Arsenal have to win the game.
We have to win now because we are acting a whole fool. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look, I hear you, bro. But I'm just going to say this about Sunday. Free hit. It's a free hit. No, it's not. There's no free hits when you're Man United, biggest team in the world, can't have a free hit. KJ, appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. Top man. Chat to you soon. Oh, my Dizzy's here with us now. Shirt will be on today, I assume.
Yeah, I got my shirt on today. I can take it off if you want. I mean, it don't take too much time.
I'm good, my G. I'm good.
But what was I gonna say? Yo, listen, everybody, take a deep breath. Right, rivals, take a deep breath. United fans, take a deep breath. This is what happened. We were not at our best. First and second half, very sloppy. Yeah, we were in control of the game still, and we conceded a last-minute, world-class quality free kick from Elise. That's what happened. Rival fans have been waiting since the end of the World Cup, which was a clear full month ago, to say, haha, that's what's happened. So you mean to tell me, so this is humbling. So United's new humbling is drawing to Crystal Palace. After a 9-game win streak, now we've been humbled because we drew a game. We didn't lose, we drew a game. Now we're humbled. Is that not something to smile about, or am I bugging?
The humbling is that a lot of United fans had said, okay, well, once we beat Crystal Palace, then we're going to go to the Emirates and then we'll be whatever points. I think it's more that it was like the assumption and almost like we're definitely beating Crystal Palace and then going to the Emirates. I think it's more that the draw in itself is not a humbling at all. Like, you guys are still unbeaten in 10, but I think it's just more that than anything. And it's really just banter and just fun. Like, Man United are a good team. Everybody's afraid that Man United are going to get back up to the top, but it's just that day where we get to sit around as rivals and say, ha, and try to make you guys second guess it. No, I feel like it's working a little bit, though. I feel like on socials, I need to check because I feel like some people are probably overreacting.
You know what? Really? You know what I did, but I always said don't talk to me about a title challenge until after the Arsenal game. The City game, I was gassed. Yes, the shirt was off in that. Yes, I was gassed. But the fact of the matter was, it felt good because it was a direct contrast to the way we played them the first time. But the reality of the situation is this little week was always gonna be difficult. Going to Arsenal, who are right now the best team in the league, bar none, they have showed up to the Crystal Palaces, the Brightons, and the tricky little teams that come away with a point. They've showed up to them and slapped them and gone home with 3 points. They're the best team in the league right now. So we could quite easily, even if Casemiro didn't have the yellow card, we could have easily went to the Emirates and came away with nothing, to be honest. Because Arsenal is the best team in the league right now. But what I will say is I'm not making no excuses. We're going into that game. I want something. Before the Man City game, we said 5 points from the next 3 games, we'll be happy. We're on 4 right now. If we can come away with a draw, I think it's still all to play for. We're directly at the midpoint of the season, and the reality of the matter is there's 19 games left, and I think we've played everybody in the top 6. We've beaten everybody in the top 6. We've lost to City and who's the other one? Is that it?
Yeah.
We've lost to City.
That's it.
Villa, City, Brentford, Brighton.
Have you guys beat any of the big teams at away from home?
No.
So yeah, that's
no. We still have to go away from home and play them all. But the reality,
that's what's hard for us. We have got to go away to those teams. So it's
not on Sunday.
Yeah, man.
That what y'all starting on Sunday, okay?
I hear that. Dizzy, though, I get where you're coming from in terms of people who've been waiting for this. All we have to push back on our team now is, again, losing to Arsenal on Sunday, the only way it's embarrassing is if you get annihilated. 3-4 goals, not in the game. You play well and lose 2-1. It's annoying, but you don't walk away from it being... You don't feel embarrassed from that because you're going up against the best team in the country away from home. It's the games after that, the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Let's get through them. Let's get ourselves into a cup final where we can win a trophy, and we have to look beyond that. And again, like Arsenal fans all year, they're being goaded into thinking if they don't win the media are doing it. If you don't win the league, it's failure. We were predicted coming 10th by most media outlets, the highest 7th. Now it's like, imagine if you don't make the top 4. Well, you didn't. We weren't meant to make it anyway. So it isn't embarrassing to be where we are right. In fact, everyone who said we had no chance of top 4 right now should be embarrassed, not Manchester United.
I would say this though, hear me and hear me clearly. I hate Arsenal with a burning passion of 1,000 suns. I hate Arsenal, bro. We could lose 1-0 after the most majestic performance from the United team you've ever seen and the scrappy Arsenal goal. I will be pissed. We could lose from a first-minute goal, and the rest of the way we give it to them. I don't care how we lose. If we lose to Arsenal, I'm gonna be pissed. There's no two ways about it.
The rivalry is back, y'all. It's there. It's there.
I know it's there.
Because you're saying that, and I'm like, yeah, like that little scrappy goal. I want y'all to play good, and I want Anthony Taylor to give us a penalty, and I want us not to deserve it. Like,
100%. Dizzy, listen, my friend. I'm sure we'll speak on Sunday. Until next time, bro. Take care. Goodbye. God bless, mate. See you soon. Thank you. Danny Devil in the details is here. What you saying, bro?
Oh man. Frustrated, Terry. To lose it in that way, free kick. And David De Gea he never shuffles for those free kicks like that, by the way. Like, if you actually pay attention, it's one of his weaknesses. But maybe I'm being harsh on him. Do you know what it was, Terry? When I saw that lineup, I was like, wow, Ten Hag's ahead of the game here. For his first season in the Premier League, for him to understand what an away fixture in January is at Crystal Palace and pick that team, I was like, it's actually surprising he gets it and understands the Premier League that quickly. But then what frustrated me a little bit was 10 minutes into that second half, it was clear we weren't going to control that game. And the only way we were going to get any foothold was by winning battles. Like, I saw Palace against Tottenham, different team today, and we expected that. We had to win defensive duels. I just put out the tweet. The reason why Casemiro got that yellow is because he was overworked. He was carrying 2 people. Well, it was an extra person in Eriksen. First half, Eriksen excellent on the ball. He contested 2. Think about that game, Terry. Think about the game you just watched away at Crystal Palace. Think about that game. 2 duels contested. I don't care if he won them. He only contested two defensive duels in 82 minutes of football. And the second one was like in the 75th minute. It was clear in that second half we had to win duels to get a foothold in that game. And I was disappointed that Ten Hag didn't make those adjustments. The plan B, and it's just constructive criticism, Ten Hag has got, post-World Cup, he's got everything perfect. Damn near everything apart from tonight. So this is just, I'm just being constructive because I'm frustrated and critiquing him. This plan B of Bruno right wing is getting predictable. Other than that long pass to Dalot in the second half against Fulham, when has it worked? When has it worked?
No, I agree. I agree.
Anthony getting subbed is predictable now. It's getting subbed. He's just not up to the speed of these types of games. Garnacho's a winger. Can we see him right wing? We've got Pillistri. Can we see him right wing? Bruno right wing. Take him off. If you don't think he's offering you what you want in the middle, get him off. Put a winger on. It doesn't work for Bruno right wing. Aside from that, though, yeah, that's it. That's the only critique I could have, just because that second half, it was blatantly obvious. Post-World Cup, have we really played good football? No. Were we going to in that second half by keeping Eriksen on? No. Just win your battles. That's what we had to do. And yeah, look, we could have got the result. They didn't score that free kick. But again, they were coming on to us, Terry, because we couldn't get a foothold and control that match.
Yeah, listen, I think your critique there around the right-hand side is key. And the first and second half were different. As I say, I was really impressed with Anthony in that first half. He was battling, but I was personally, I quite like, I mean, I've been, you'll know, Jess, I've been really critical of him in every game I've seen him playing. Like, we've watched probably every game together this year where I've been like, not happy with what he's done. But in that first half, I liked his link-up play. He run at a few people. Defensively, he's always been pretty good. He gets back and tracks back. But the second half, he was kind of getting, you could just see like there was slightly overrun. And Palace away, like, it was going to be different to the Spurs game. When Man United go away from home, teams often play differently against us. There is an extra fight. I've been to a lot of these away grounds. The atmosphere when you're there is putrid sometimes as an away fan, because the desperation to beat us is so strong. And yes, maybe some earlier changes would have made a difference. I stand by what I say. I still think we should have been awarded a penalty. And I feel like
on that, Terry, I'm sick of you being fair with rival fans. They'll never be fair with you. You need to remember all the childhoods we ruined, Terry, and all the friends when we were teenagers. Yeah. Oh, you bought the Premier League and the refs. I miss those days. I
Oh,
miss
no,
those
well,
days.
it's funny because I mean I called out Jermaine Pennant today because that's what he said. He went, "The Fergie days are back and they're paying off refs," and we're not there yet. And what's crazy is if we become the best team in the country and one of the best teams like competing for the title and stronger, and as Ten Hag's influence in English football grows, we will get more decisions again. Like it just happens. We all know when Klopp came out 2 seasons ago and said United don't stop getting penalties, do they? We didn't get a penalty for about 9 months. And it was like there's something in that. There is a psychological thing with referees when it goes that way, mate. But yeah, look, I get your disappointment. And what's your thoughts ahead of the Arsenal game? Confident or a little worried?
Right now, I'm deflated. I'm deflated right now. But look, I've been saying this even before the City game. Once we get through that Arsenal game, we have 18 matches left, and we don't have to play City or Arsenal again. So you have to think of it from a long-term point of view. And this Palace game, it got sandwiched in between those 2 fixtures anyway. So 6 points. Sorry, how many points? Sorry, my bad. 4 points. The last 2 games. Can't complain. A little bit deflated. But listen, the way Arsenal fans have been talking, give me a few days in it. Just give me a few days.
My view is this. You look. I was just looking at the Premier League table a second ago. Like we're on 39 points. We're a point ahead of Newcastle now, and we're 6 points ahead of 5th place. But this is why I want us to think title race as a club and look forward. If you're chasing Arsenal and you end up failing to catch them, when you look behind you, you'll be 12, 15 points safe in the top 4. Like if you look backwards, you're going to get caught. You've got to look forward and keep sprinting.
On the title race thing, again, you said it, different definitions. For me, it's defined by points. When I say title race, doesn't mean I think we're going to win it. It's just like a 10,000 meter race. You might be at the front of the pack until the last 5 laps and then you fall away. That could still be us this season. Like I said, after Arsenal, no matter what happens, 18 matches to play. So, yeah.
Well, that's why I would say I don't think the race is off because you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, if we nicked a point at Arsenal, that would make us 7, 8 points behind. But listen, Arsenal are brilliant right now, but they could lose both their games against City, and we could win their respective fixtures and be 2 points behind. I always look at title races with 4 to 5 games to go. If you're genuine, not just mathematically, but genuinely got a chance of winning it, you've been in that title race, and that's where you got to try and keep yourself. But even if we are, I still don't expect us to finish above 3rd.